Introducing to you firstly, in the blue corner, in blue trunks, trimmed with white, he weighed in at 10 stone, 12 pounds. His record was 5 wins and 1 drop in 44 bouts, 2 wins coming their way of knockout. Originally from Ukraine, now based in London, Mykhalio, Sovtus. And his opponent across the ring in the red corner, with white shorts trimmed with red and gold, he weighed in at 10 stone, 10 pounds. From 21 professional contests, his record, he's 18 wins and just 3 defeats, 6 wins coming by way of knockout. He's a former 2-time undefeated English champion from Doncaster, Reece mould. Your timekeeper is Chris O'Connor, witness. Your referee is John Lagan and Perry. This is a super lightweight bout scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds.
Well, here we go. The return of Reece Mould, who's only lost to very good established fighters. Lee Wood was another one which was it was a good fight, really good fight. He's been up there in some high profile fights, has Mould, and he'd be very much looking to show Reece Mould 2.0 in here as he fights Mykhalio Sovtus of the Ukraine, now fighting out of Canning Town. Mould in the red, white and gold, Sovtus in the blue and with the black boots.
Yeah, I've seen Sovtus a few times, doesn't really offer much, just keeps plodding forward, Darren. Perfect for Reece, I think, to re-establish himself back in the championship for him.
Never in a boring fight is Mould. Whenever I see him on a fight schedule, I always look forward to watching him. He's one of those fighters. It looks like Mould already just testing a few things out. Just threw that overhand right. Got Josh Warrington in his corner, former world champion himself, some mega nights he's had. Another man never in a boring fight.
Reece just doing his work and moving on. Referee telling him to keep up a bit.
Mould just looking to be going through the motions in this opening round of this one scheduled for 6, and that was some good work there, both head and body. He really puts his shots together nicely. A very tidy fighter.
Lovely counter left hook on the way in.
Snappy, wasn't it?
Very, very sharp.
Well, Mould caught Sovtus with a left hook at the end of that round, and it was quite fascinating just to watch his reaction. It's like it kind of stopped him in his tracks for about half a second, and then he remembered that like where he was and then just cracked on with it. He is a tough man, he's the man from Ukraine.
Yeah, he's a tough man. He's stance and guarded all over the place, but he just keeps marching forward, Darren. If you look at his feet, he just plods on. He's not the perfect boxer or anything, but he's the ideal journeyman. Just a tough team man.
He is indeed. And Mould is a fighter who Josh Warrington has always spoken about highly.
10 seconds.
Plenty of interviews, and when he's been fighting, he's always said a lot of good things about him. There's a lot of belief in Reece Mould in that gym, in that corner.
Good footwork by Reece Mould, moving forwards and backwards. Nice tight guard too.
Mould got through with a couple of straight shots there, right through the middle of the guard of Mykhalio Sovtus.
Lovely jab.
Nice work with that jab. Body and head both getting through comfortably. Sovtus letting his hands go, but Mould nowhere to be seen as he throws them.
Nice straight shots there by Mould. Softer doesn't block many.
He certainly takes a fair few of them, both to the body and to the head. I've seen him a few times. He's been absolutely walloped with shots, and you think, hang on a minute, why isn't this guy going down?
Right on cue, a big backhand through the middle. Lovely jab again by Mould. But Softus just keeps coming.
Throws that overhand right well, does Reece Mould. Got some good technique to it. And if he lands clean, that'll do some damage, that shot. Softus land a good right hand to the body there, underneath the jab of Mould's. So Reece Mould just going through the motions there. Do you feel like this fight, or his intentions are about just getting back into winning ways, trying a few new things out, because he is coming off a couple of losses, isn't he?
Yeah, I think you're right, Darren. Yeah, he's trying things out. He's going through the motions. He's throwing the straight shots, the hooks, the uppercuts. I think he's looking good, to be fair.
He's putting his shots together nicely. He's fluent with it. There's good rhythm, isn't there?
Yeah, rhythm. He's stepping out the way. He's doing a good job of rebuilding, and we'll have a look what he's got to offer us in the future.
10 seconds, crowders. Seconds out. Round 3.
Well, round 3, this one scheduled for 6 in the super lightweight division. And Mould straight away landed with that jab, and the sweat bounced off Sovtus' head and glimmered in the brightness of the lights here in Bolton. If you've just switched on, you've missed a fair bit of boxing. This is about 8 of the evening, 11 fights scheduled in total. And the headliner was meant to be Zelfa Barrett, but that fight unfortunately won't be happening anymore. And the headliner now is Kane Gardner versus Reece mould.
A bit south of the border there by Mr. Mould. Lovely jab, full extended. Lovely backhand landed on the chin.
Looks to be enjoying himself in there, does Mould. Not necessarily admiring his work, but doing good work and looking pleased, but staying focused and on the job.
For you guys watching at home, look how he throws the shots, executes the shots perfectly, band mechanically correct. Whereas Mr. Softus' feet come off the floor, don't quite throw them at the right angles. Technically doesn't throw them quite right. Doesn't take his gameness away though, the pit bull.
Lee, you said it in his intro when we talked him to the ring. I think you said something along the lines of he hasn't got loads to offer, but he has his hands up and he just walks forward continuously, and he does exactly that and throws a fair few shots of his own.
From weird and
but
strange
my
angles.
Goodness, he's tough.
Tough man. His 45th professional outing tonight.
Like the way that Mould just changed the angle there, just almost check hooked his way out and landed a beautiful right uppercut just a second ago. Softus landed a shot which was low, and he kind of just laughed and sort of said sorry at the same time to Reece Mould. But I'll tell you what, Lee, I think we're going to get pretty much this throughout the rest of the fight. I think we're just going to see Mould going through the motions, doing what he's been working on, landing over and over and over again. And Softus will soak them up unless he gets caught with a real big one. And that will be the story of this fight. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't think you are wrong, Darren. I think he's going to do exactly like that, unless, you know, Reece Mould's got something planned in the corner, and he came out the second half of the fight now, and they're going to change it a little bit, up the tempo, perhaps.
Maybe that's a part of the game plan.
10 seconds, brothers.
We'll soon find out.
Let's watch and see.
Seconds out. Round 4.
Nice guard by Mould.
Mould now boxing on the back foot, which is a bit of a change of situation. Not because Softus is putting loads of pressure on him, but I think it's just because he's showing his repertoire.
Totally agree, Darren. Well spotted. He's going through it all. He's going forwards, going backwards, defensive. Getting back to winning ways.
Nice right uppercut, followed by a straight right hand, short right hand from Reece Mould. Those were good shots, landed cleanly. And Sovtus just carries on marching forward and tries to lump in one to the body with his right hand. Good use of the jab there from Mould.
I'd like to see him move to the body a little bit more, Darren, this round.
Nice right hand to the body from Mould and a return from Sovtus.
Lovely left hook under the elbow. Referee Latham pretty redundant in this fight.
He hasn't had a lot to do, has he?
Both boys just getting on with it.
But I tell you what, nice to see Reece Mould enjoying himself in there. He's got a big smile on his face, and losses can't be easy things to take, regardless of the nature of those losses. And we know how good Reece Mould can be because we've seen him in some fantastic bouts over the years, and he's been on some massive, big, huge TV shows and watched by hundreds of thousands of people, and he's a household name in the boxing community, isn't he? So it's good to see him back, going through the motion, showing us what he's about, but doing it with a smile on his face.
Yes, certainly. He's just had the 3 defeats, as you said earlier, Darren. And sorry, I'm very croaky tonight.
10 seconds.
No, I'm not with Frank Bruno.
Pardon?
I'm not with Frank Bruno tonight.
You know what I mean?
Seconds out. Round 5.
With a penultimate round, both fighters touch gloves and get straight back to business. Lovely right uppercut there from Mould, and Sovtus just swinging, throws that jab and then that big wild right hook. Got to be careful of that.
He leaps forward with those hooks.
He does, he charges forwards, and it's amazing he doesn't get caught as much as he could do by everyone that he goes in there with. Gets countered, but he launches himself into some of those hooks. But they're not fast enough, and they're not good enough, or haven't been so far to catch Mould, who just smiles as he goes round on his back foot and threw a beautiful double jab and then followed it up with that right uppercut then. And this is good work from Mould, who's putting his shots together nicely. And that one was so wild, he spun himself roundly.
Yeah, his technique's not, the feet are coming off the floor, Darren. Especially when he throws those hooks.
At least he's giving Reece some stuff to think about. Because he's got to be aware that although they are untidy and they're technically not great, they're coming at some speed, aren't they?
Yeah, it's totally unorthodox too. Difficult to defend against.
No, it's another conversation which I've had with boxers about boxing or sparring. Sometimes it's easier to box someone who is really tidy because you're getting what you expected. But when you've got someone who throws shots from the hips and really wild, you're not so used to defending those, are you?
It's not in the textbook. Totally correct.
We're very much the same from both fighters as they go into their last rest before the 6th and final round in this super lightweight contest. I don't know if there's too much that the corner team of Reece Mould can tell him, really, because surely if they've told him anything, they've told him it already in the previous rounds.
Yeah, very much the same again, Darren. Every round's been much the same.
I think I said it to you last week, Lee, when we were commentating on a fight. If you were watching the replay of this, I could tell you it was the same round we watched over and over again, because it's been just very much like that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes no 2 rounds are the same, but this one is one of those ones where all 6 will be very, very similar.
Reece has got the variety of shots off. Sovtus just on the same shot, same guard, marching forward.
Sovtus caught with that jab again on his entrance, and Mould just steps off and changes the angle. Nice counter left hook there, really snappy. Short left hook right on the temple from Reece Mould. How many rounds do you reckon Mykhalio Sovtus could do, Lee? I'm going to go 150.
You're probably right.
With literally any super lightweight. Just keeps walking forward. I've never seen anything like it.
He's going to be stopped 4 times as well in his 38 defeats.
Who stopped him? George Foreman.
Muhammad Ali. He's earned his money tonight, though, Darren.
He's got to have headache tomorrow.
That's for sure.
Well-timed shot there from Mould. His timing has been excellent. Nice, again, work from Reece Mould, just putting those shots together lovely. Throws that left hook, bounces around the ring. He's enjoyed himself. The sort of operator he's got in front of him is not what he's used to, not what he's been facing in recent years. Left hook followed by that right hand. Lands again. Mould has absolutely nailed the time in the Sovtus. By the time he got to that 6th round, he knew exactly when to throw and knew it was going to land.
Got to take our hat off though to Sovtus. Kept coming forward. Got pinged many times. Tough man.
Very tough man indeed. Well, let's get the official score from our MC, Mr. Phil Seymour.
Ladies and gentlemen, another great contest. Please put your hands together for both boxers. After 6 rounds of action, we go to referee John Lakeham's scorecard. He scores the contest 60 points to 55 points in favour of your winner from Doncaster, Reece mould.
But another win on the record for Doncaster's Reece Mould. We know what sort of fight it was. No one's claiming that he was in there with a world beater of any sort, but he obviously was going through the motions, working on the things which he and the team who are in the ring with him now have been working on, putting those things into action. And in just a moment, he and Josh Warrington will join Don McGuinness.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.